Hi, I'm Jonathan Carr. I am an associate teaching professor in the Department of Theater. I direct plays and I teach Introduction to Theater, Viewpoints, which is an improvisational movement technique and training. And I'll be teaching directing in the fall. A thing which really concerned me for our students is their sense of dislocation and this idea of distancing, that they're alone maybe in their spaces. And there's something about gathering, about assembling, which is what we often think of the theater as being for, is for coming together in a space. Well, now we can't come together in a space. But here we are coming together as a class in this virtual space and actually seeing each other. If someone sneezes in Ohio and I say bless you because I can see it. And there's a reaction on camera like, what? Oh, he saw me. Which I think has been kind of touching, and I get a sense of gratitude from the students about it. I certainly have gratitude for being able to see people that don't live in my house. How could you teach viewpoints online? It is a physical, improvisational movement class where groups of students react to each other in real time in space and create physical choreography together. We had to come to terms with the fact that we were going to give it a try. And I started thinking of exercises we could do that would get them to engage one-on-one with the room around them. So they would engage with their landscape, to work vocally, because that was some of the work we were going to do. But honestly, I still didn't know how we were going to have students work together. We started using the breakout rooms feature of Zoom to get students one-on-one, where there would be a two-person group, and there were maybe 8 two-person groups that I could pop into and see what they were doing. I would have them react, not next to each other as they would normally do, facing each other here in real space, but this way. One student here on this side of the screen and one student on the other side of the screen in their own room, in their own space. And it forced them to deal with not just the theater, which is to say their environment, their space, the chair that they're on, the room that they're in, but also their environment, this environment with these walls here, and this sort of frame, which feels more like the world of screen media and yet became a theatrical experience in class. And it started opening up all these interesting possibilities. Well, in class, one of my students said, what if we all turned off our videos and we would just look at those people? Oh my God, let's all do that. And so all the videos were off and it was just that person. And then another student says, wait a minute, if there's a setting in video settings, we can hide non-video participants. And that means all of a sudden we have 2 people, full screen, and we can really look and see. Wait a minute, that means we can do a group with 5 or 6 people, and all the people whose videos we're seeing will be collaborating together, no matter where they are. And that opened the door all of a sudden. So that day, we did real-time, geographically disparate, I'm talking about California, Michigan, I think Boston area, and India, late in the night, all at the same time, performing improvisational choreography in their space. Where a student would do a small gesture here in Boston, and it got picked up in India in that moment and riffed on. And that got riffed on in California. And all of these things are happening on all of our screens at the same time. There's this really beautiful creative space that happens in the viewpoints where I don't know what we're making, but we're making it together, and I give myself to it. And students were absolutely doing that. Students are doing design presentations, and they don't have design materials at home. Some of them want to build models. They can't run out to the store and get all the stuff they need. So I have students making models out of found objects at home, and they're incredible what they've been turning in. Really, really innovative use of the materials around them, and frankly more expressive than the more simple, probably more refined models they might have made with actual materials you can buy at an art store. And there's something about the fact that we are seeing each other and that we are communicating pretty intimately, actually, where we can all see each other. And if a student says something and then they might have a moment where they say, oh, is my mic on? and 20 other faces go, mm-hmm, and you know.
Can you turn on your mic? Thank you.
Meryl cares about that more than anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else, turn yours off. But let's let students know they're being listened to, and what they say matters in that moment. Whether they're sitting there eating their breakfast, or they're lying in their bed, or whether they've made, you know, a clean, well-lit workspace. We all come together in this space, and it's more than we hoped for, I think.